Welcome back to PYJynJoy, Messages from the Divine. This is Charmaine, your holistic life coach, coming to you with a message for the collective. Let me just fix my plants and crystals. So, before we get started, let's cleanse the energy of the space and see what message the divine has for you. So, again, a message may or may not resonate with you. It all depends upon what it is. If it's something that does, take from it what you will. If it doesn't, leave that or share it with others so then they can have the message known to them. So, divine, what message do you have for the collective today? Divine, what message do you have for the collective today? Divine, what message do you have for the collective today? So let's split the deck, see what we get. Ooh, crown chakra, patience, and planning. So let's see. So crown chakra is number 7 in the deck. So what that is all about your spirituality, your insight, your wisdom. Crown chakra is at the top of your head, the 1,000-petaled lotus. And it's where you get your downloads from the divine, from source. So you want to keep that nice and bright and open and clear. Do a little cleansing where you can take a piece of selenite. This is selenite here. You take a piece of selenite and rest it on your head. It cleanses the crystals as much as it does your mind. And then we have patience and planning. So we have double sevens. Look at that. I just noticed. So we have double sevens, and this is also double with 2. And there's the seasons, spring, summer, fall, winter. So it's all about you having some type of patience and planning at this time. And as I go through and just give you the reading, think of what's happening in your life so you can associate it with what's coming out in the message. So with looking at this, so it's 14, 7 and 7 is 14, 1 plus 4 is 5, and 5 is all about change. So you need to use your downloads from the divine to help guide you and have patience and planning. That's like your 4, your stage of beginning before that change happens. So it's all about some change for you. So let's see what more we'll get from this. So in the immediate past, we have the throat chakra. So we're getting some chakras today. So the throat chakra is telling you to use your voice. And remember, I just said 5. 5 is all about change. Well, you can't change anything if you don't speak up. So you have to be very clear. You have to also listen. So communication is not just with you talking and saying what you want to say. You also need to learn to actively listen. So when someone is saying something to you, pay attention and even repeat it back. If they say, you know what, you hurt my feelings, take a second. Don't always answer right away. So you can gather your thoughts and you say, oh, I understand I did something that upset you. What was it? So you can start to let them know that you're hearing what they're saying by repeating it back to them and then moving forward. So that's something in your immediate past. So we'll keep the crown chakra in mind as well as the patience and planning as we go. So for your present, we have firm foundation. And isn't that what I just said too? You have to have a foundation. That's your planning and patience. And that's the period when you also can prepare to make those changes. And when you do, you see how he has a nice, strong, muscular back. He can handle things, have the weight of the world on his shoulders, type of thing. If you think of like in New York, by Rockefeller Center, there's the Olympus god that's holding up the Atlas, rather, that's holding up the world on his shoulders. So it's sort of like that. So we have 4. Then here we are. Look, even after shuffling, we have another. Oh, this looked like the other one for a second. Patience and planning. I was like, wow, I shuffled and it's still there. So, okay, so we have 2. So remember, it's similar. So with the red, this is all about your work and stuff. So your physical activity. So with 2, again, remember there were 2 columns in the patience and planning. Well, 2 comes up again. This time it's saying about movement, choices, decisions. And as the other card had the seasons, this card has the colors as well for the seasons. So you have more so with your money, your being with a couple. Yeah, I'm like blanking out there. Pardon me. So, and then it's Friday. Listen, it's Friday. It's in the week. It's early morning, and I'm trying to get this message out for you guys. So just be patient with me. Have patience. So, and then we also have green, which is the heart. So you have all of that in there too. So that's your immediate future. So you'll have this foundation. You're speaking up. You have built this foundation. You're making some movement and choices. Now with the distant past, this is a lot. This may just very well be about like a work-related reading because this is 6 in the same suit of about your physical activities, money, career, all of that. So material and spiritual prosperity. 6 is all about responsibility. So that goes in line with having a job or a career situation. And it's also for harmony. Okay, so you have to have all, like, think of the throat chakra, have harmony, speaking up, being communicative. So we have that in the distant past. Now in the distant future, there's sacrifice. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 is all about expansion. So as you're looking at things from another perspective, you can expand your mindset. That will help you. Your speaking out will help you to do that as well. So you can see that she's standing there and there's this like a murky brown waters, as if she's trying to, and she's all white and there's no stains on her from the water. So it's like she's emerging from there because she's gotten this download. See the rainbow, which reminds me of Ginger and Josie. This download comes to her from the divine. So it's helping her to rise out of that. So you can even see there's a bit of a shadow. I raise it a little closer. You can see here there's like a bit of a shadow of her within the water. So she, and these even remind me of angel wings and then little feathers. And her hair has the flowers, so the clouds look like flowers. So it's really you in the distant future looking to change the way that you see things. So the bottom of the deck still has the crown chakra, so we'll leave that there. So with this, it is going to be about some type of career. It's like your job, because you have material and spiritual prosperity in the distant future, in the distant past. And it's all about you looking very triumphant. You're standing in what must be, think of that as like this beautiful mansion with all that wrought iron work for the balcony. You have a big, huge fountain. You know, a lot of times you pull up to these, like even like a palace, this could be, because when you think of palaces, I love watching, what is it, Tiara and Castles off of YouTube. But anyway, so it reminds me when you pull up to some of these old castles and mansions and like manor homes and such, they'll have these fountains in the front. So there's this huge fountain that you're overlooking from the balcony. There's two, again, two. So we had, remember the 2 columns. Now we have 2 water fountains spouting up. And then you have in the distance, you have the trees and then the sun. So it's as if you woke up and said, look at my fabulous gardens, my lands, my prosperity. So you have all of that material and spiritual prosperity in the distant past. So it's looking where you're doing something with your work wise, where you're speaking up, and it seems to be fine, but there'll be some movement and choices in the immediate future. But let's look at this distant past, divine. Tell us some more about what that means for the collective. What does the material and spiritual prosperity mean for the collective, divine? So let's see. Look, and this is fully shuffled, and it came back again. Patience and planning. So you see how I mentioned before with the colors. So you have spring, and that has more of the heart. Summer, the gold. Fall would be, let's say, here, and then winter there. But it's really, it's more so where it looks like it's more of the elements. So anyway, so we have patience and planning comes up again. So with your material and spiritual prosperity is coming from that patience and planning. So it's coming for you. Look, 6 to 7, it's coming for you. So tell us some more, divine, about this patience and planning. They have this material and spiritual prosperity. What more can you tell us about that distant past for the collective? Victory and success. Yay. So you have victory and you're trumpeting it from the edge of a cliff, of a mountainside, and it's bursting through the darkness to bring forward the light, just like how that looks like the sun. See the sun, the sun, the sun. And that's all there for you. Another 6. So you had very well success in the distant past. So there's some type of victory that you accomplished at work or you're at your, so it doesn't have to be you working for someone, it could be your business. So this is, I'll just say that it's a business reading. So you have had great success because obviously standing on that balcony overlooking those manicured lawns and the gardens and all such. So you have been very victorious and successful. So let's see, leading to this need to speak up with your throat chakra, like a reminder to not silence yourself. Speak up, discuss things. So divine, tell us some more about this immediate past. What can you tell us about the need for the throat chakra that they need to pay attention to? And you can also unblock your throat chakra with some singing, okay, humming. and that type of thing, because it just works it. So think of it as your chakra exercise for your throat is to sing and to dance and to hum. So so there's emotional loss, five. So five and five. So that may be what you need to speak up about. So something may have happened. So here you see this Nautilus, and in the background you can see the what looks more like a vast ocean. That's where Nautilus would be. And then he's holding his chest. So this is green, all about your heart, all about your feelings. So there was some type of change that happened with someone close to you. So I'm going to ask a little bit more, because this is a reading about business, but maybe a partner or something happened that you had this bit of emotional loss and the need to speak up and be clear. So there's some change there with that. Five is all about change and such. And it's also, let me just double check. It's also about, uncertainty, realignment, inconsistency, freedom, and travel. So let's see what more we can get. Tell us some more, Divine, about this emotional loss that caused the need to speak up. What can you tell us about this emotional loss in the immediate past? Power, eight. Eight is all about prosperity. It's also about strength. It's about your abundance. So maybe there was a bit of loss of power, or perhaps someone that came in. Maybe it was where you had to take over the business from maybe your parent or an elder or somebody, because this is like an authority figure. And if there's emotional loss, it could very well be that, and this is business related, that you're needing to take over the company. So that is something that could be happening for you there. And I'm going to take another card and see, just to get some confirmation. So Divine, confirm that this is something where the collective it could very well be like a family business, and there's a need for a change where there loss of the leader of it, like it could have been the parent. What can you tell us about that? Moving on. Yeah, so it's where they may have passed away, and or because that's emotional loss. So it's not like they just retired and say, hey kid, now you take over the company business, the family company. It's more where they have moved on. So this is a situation where you are needing to take over for your family's business. And it's been successful. So that's why you see this patience and planning, distant past, standing there. So this could very well be the person that you're taking over the company from. Because if that's the distant past, and then you're here, and then it's still with this business leading up to you needing to see things differently, well, it could be that this is a family business that has been very prosperous. I mean, look, it's huge. You can imagine what type of house that must be that this balcony is connected to. And that's with the patience and planning. So patience, because you were needing to be trained in how to take over the reins of this family business. And then the planning, that's the succession, making sure that you are the one. So perhaps that's why you're needing to speak up, is because you need to be seen as the successor for the parent that was leading it and has now passed on. So you have this victory and success. So you are having a great foundation also. And again, see, firm foundation. So we'll move to that. So it's as if they have left you with a firm foundation. I mean, look at the money that that house would represent. Let's say it's like, a multi-million-dollar home, and that shows you your foundation. So they left you with a company that can support that type of lifestyle. And now with that firm foundation is where you have it. And that's with this movement and choices and decisions. So Divine, tell us about this present situation with the firm foundation that was left by the parents moving on. Fertility. So that's all about a three is again, we haven't had three yet. I thought we did. So we have three, which is all about expansion. It's birth, which is the fertility. This is also in the traditional tarot. It would be the Empress. So you have this here where it's really talking about you growing it. So it's as if here is the business and this is how you're going to expand it beyond what it was originally. You're taking it to a new level like that. And that's why it's great to have this firm foundation, because you're able to build off of that. So let's see, tell us some more about the present situation Divine, what more can you tell us about this present firm foundation, expansion, the growth? It's again a waiting game. So it's two again. So you may also have to, because remember there were a lot of twos. So it could be that you're working in partnership with someone, maybe a sibling or someone that's going to help you with the business. And look how the circles are similar. So it's you needing to wait. It's waiting right now. I guess letting, after the passing, you need to get all the paperwork in order and to take over. So it's going to be a bit of a wait before you are fully in control. And then with this movement and choices, that's leading to that too. So it's like, do you want to have the family business? Do you want to run it? But you've been, not I don't say you use the word groomed, but you've been trained to take over as a successor. And that's something that you have spoken up and said that that's what you want. And that's what could be also the delay, like they're getting that all organized for you. So Divine, tell us about this immediate future where there's movement, choices, and decisions. What more can you tell us about that? Disruption. So there's something going to happen that's a major life change. So 1 plus 6 is 7, and again 7, 7 and 7. So it's about this spiritual change. It could be your inner wisdom. There's a life experience that is going to happen that will, beyond the passing, it will be this movement and choices, decisions. You're going to have to, again, look at the crown chakra. You have to really open up your mind, because people get nervous when they see like the tower card and like, oh my gosh, what does this mean? But it really is something that is going to be a lesson for you, a major lesson that may not look pretty, but it reminds you to keep your crown chakra clear, so that you can get the downloads and get the information, listen to your intuition, listen to what the universe is whispering to you when you get this gut feeling. That's the solar plexus. So that's above your navel and below your rib cage. That's where your emotions and your gut feelings are. So this disruption is going to cause you to make some type of movement. There's choices to be made, decisions. So tell us some more, Divine, about this disruption. What is it that the collective needs to know so that they can be better prepared? And again, you can use your free will. So this is a tarot message. It's taking things from where it is at this point in time. It's like a barometer. So as you hear this, it doesn't mean you have to do exactly what this says. Use your free will. Remember, use your connection to divine to help you to and guide you in what you need to do. But this gives you an idea. So divine, tell us about this immediate future, this disruption. Authority again. So this is the emperor. So we went from the empress to the emperor. So this is also, power is your strength. So that's you needed to draw on your inner strength to get past this passing of someone. So you have this authority figure, and that's someone that's coming in the immediate future, or rather you may need to take on those qualities. That's what it would need to be more so, because look at the two columns. Again, the two columns are reappearing. So with that, you are needing to take on, because remember, you're taking over the company, your family business that has this firm foundation and it's great. You need to be more, just as much as you're talking and speaking up about what you want and how you want to run the business, be the successor, you need to take on the qualities of an emperor, just like with the empress. So the empress is more nurturing. Okay. The emperor is more authority. I was going to say authoritative, authority. So use both of those, divine feminine energy, divine masculine energy. Use both of those, because that's what you'll need in order to continue the growth, to take over the company, to prove that you are worthy of it, and then to put it, continue it. So that's what you need to do. You need to be both emperor and empress, and using your nurturing side that you can birth and create more and do more with the company, expand it. 3, expansion. And then 4 is the foundation. You need to be just as strong. Remember, firm foundation. Keep that going with your attitude, your mindset, the way that you lead the company. Take on those attributes of a leader who is, they're also respectful. They're respectful of their people. So keep that in mind. But they're also very confident. They are assured of themselves, and they are people that are respected and looked up to. So now let's move to this distant future. Divine, tell us about this. So now it's like looking at things from a different way. That's the hanged man. So you're getting a download, crown chakra, from the divine, helping you to clear up these muddy waters so that you can keep the company going forward, your family business. So divine, tell us some more about that. Harmony, 6. So we have that, and then look, the similar colors, the greens and the golds. So that is your harmony. So 6 again, we just talked about 6. So we have 6, 6, and 6. We have 7, 7, and 7. So this is harmony. So you are now going to be in harmony. You've gotten a better outlook, better perspective on what's going on for the company and how you'll lead it going forward. And that's going to be a harmonious situation. You'll do very well. So the people are, I mean, you had a great base. So you're now able to continue it using your Empress ability of birth and expansion, creativity, ideas, love, the nurturing, and that boom, this is the way, the Emperor, this is how I'm going to guide it, have a firm hand, be open to what other people are saying, but know what you want, because this is your family business and you've been in it all your life, so take it. So now let's get one more card about this distant future, divine. What more can you tell us about this now harmonious going forward for the family, for the person, and the people in the collective? Tell us some more. Transformation. 13. 1 plus 3 is 4. So again, just as many 444, 666, 777, 22. Okay, only two twos. But transformation. So this is you coming out of, you've had this different way of looking at things. You've now come out of, think of like a butterfly, like she has these butterfly wings behind her. Think of you being the little worm, that caterpillar that goes into the chrysalis and emerges. See, that's her old face. She's now emerging fresh and look more green, green for your money, green for your emotions. It's your heart chakra is green, and that's why she has that green there. That's the heart chakra. So you are transformed. You are now like the complete leader of the family business. It's all in your hands, and congratulations to you, because that's awesome. So it's just a matter of you having that loss, because you did lose your parents or parent that was running the business, but they did have a successful business for you that you are able to, by speaking up and demanding the succession, you are able to take it over and use your attributes of both the Empress and the Emperor, nurturing and strong, to get past this disruption. People may be trying to keep you from being the leader or trying to keep you from taking on, but you are successful. You have harmony, you develop harmony, you see things from a different way, you develop that harmony, and then you transformed into this. So that is the reading for that part of it. But also I want to show you at the bottom of the deck, we have a couple of cards I'm going to pull. Solitude. So it also takes some time. Take time for yourself. Remember the solitude? I said like being inside of a chrysalis. During that time of you transforming, connect again, get that down. This is all about you connecting to the universe. Connect to the universe, connect to source, so that you're getting, now is that one column where it was 2 and 2. Here's 1. 9 is completions, it's endings. And it's also just means it's not a bad thing. It means that that chapter is done. Look at the books. You just close the chapter on that. So take some time for you to be in solitude, to connect, so that you are in control of what's going on around you. And we have triumphant success. So triumphant success is again 1. So you have to go from 9 endings to 1 new beginnings. And that's you. So just like he's trumpeting here, you're now coming out of this, again, like you're cutting out of this chrysalis, coming out of that's not like you're buried. It's like you are just in solitude, and now you're breaking free, and you are, as the trumpet was cutting through the darkness to reveal the light, you're using the sharp edges of your sword to cut through and get that light again. So your mental is great and all of that. And then one last one. Oh, I'll pull a couple more, because there's a couple more. So patience. 1 plus 4 is 5. So that goes back to the waiting game, remember? So have the patience. You see this little seed and it grows into this beautiful flower. Remember the flowers on this card and the flower here. So have that patience. It will grow. It will grow. Remember the material and spiritual prosperity. You will be able to continue that for your lineage, but just have the patience. But you have the world. 2 plus 1, again, we have a 3. And it's all about you having the world at your feet. You have now accomplished this. You have come full circle. So that's something that you just need to keep in mind. So congratulations on taking over, becoming the successor to your family business. You deserve that. And rightfully so. You've been through it all. You've seen it from as a kid growing up, being with your parents there at the business. That's for you. It is for you. So now let's see what crystal will enhance this message. Divine, what crystal will enhance this message for the collective? Divine, what crystal will enhance the message for the collective? Divine, what crystal will enhance the message for the collective? Ocean jasper. So schedule yourself in. Remember the solitude? Schedule yourself in. Ocean jasper. So that you are able to spend some time, get some, because listen, taking over a business and running it, and because that's pressure. Okay, you want to make sure you're doing as well as your parents and moving it forward, the company. So, but don't overwork yourself as well. Whenever you need to reconnect, get this download again, do that. Get a piece of ocean jasper. I have some in my room, and it's like, it's very beautiful, and it just holding you. Feel also, close your eyes and you can sense as if you were in the ocean. And there was a card, there was a card that I was like, oh, that looks like the ocean. But oh, there was this one, so it looks like the ocean. So you have the ocean jasper. So take some time for your self-care, whether it's meditation, if you want to get a massage, if you want to just go for a walk out in nature, get some sun. Sun is all about you, like the universe. The sun, the universe revolves around the sun. So you want to get that energy from the sun as well. So that is your reading. I hope that that resonates with you. If it did, I'd be so thankful if you will click the heart button so you can like it, share it so it can get to your friends and out into the collective. Help me build my channel more, and subscribe to PYJynJoy. Click the notification bell so that you will be alerted when I have something new. But I do post every day and also go live, so check in that way. And if you want to do a one-on-one, go to PYJynJoy, PYJynJoy.com, and book a session. So until we see each other again, love, light, and joy.